Hey, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. What you're about to witness is a demonstration that I did for 14 by referral only consultants at a recent dialogue school here in my home. What I taught them was an advanced questioning sequence for using the ultimate scenario. And I teach 8 questions that you could use to help it become more conversational and less interrogative. And I want you to listen for these 8 questions. Number 1 is, what's important about blank to you? Question number 2 is, specifically what's important about blank to you? Question number 3 is, what happens when you imagine blank? Question number 4 is, what would happen if you didn't get blank? Question number 5 is, what would blank do for you? Question number 6 is, how would it feel for you to blank? Question number 7 is, what's important in a blank to you? And then question number 8 is, what do you really want? And as you watch this demonstration, I want you to listen to how I use those 7 questions to help Adriana discover what's really important to her. Plus, as a bonus idea, there's an increase in postage rate going up, and it might be a really good idea for you to run down to the post office, stand in line, buy some 2-cent stamps, put it in an envelope along with the letter that I've written here for you, and then use it as a way to follow up and ask for a referral. So, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Enjoy this wonderful demonstration. Thank you.
So when you think about this experience and being here for the next 12, 14 hours, what's important about that to you?
Being comfortable with the vulnerability.
Okay.
Because I feel that that's the bottom line in almost in business and personal life, and it's the core to everything of our whole being, is my belief.
My belief.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So when you say comfortable with vulnerability, specifically, how will you know that you're there?
Because I'll be uncomfortable.
Okay.
I can tell when I'm there. I just always get out of it. And that's where, like, I've never been able to go to even 5 on the ultimate scenario. I sound like an interrogator.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't. Because if I do go there, like with Jeremy, I'll go in the experience, and then I don't know how to get out. So we'll both be sobbing, and then I didn't do business. You know, I became more of a friend.
Good. That's a great distinction there. So you sound like you're already aware of that.
Yes.
Okay.
I just need to work around
Good.
getting the goal that I want.
So what I hear you say is specifically is you'll be able to get to the 5, 6, and 7 as a consultant, not get into 5, 6, and 7 and be the wounded victim with them. Yeah. Okay. Good. And you'll know that, right? How will you know that?
Because I'll be a professional still, and I won't be so emotionally attached to it. Like you said, I'll be more supportive of it, but I won't be in it.
Good. Okay. Good. Okay. So when you think about being supportive of it but not in it, what's important about that to you?
Because if I get in it with them, then that's not meeting my financial goals that I have for my life. So all I'm doing is trying to fix everyone else and becoming this friend, but then I'm not even working on what I need to work on personally.
Got it. Good. So when you imagine reaching your financial goals, what do you see?
My husband to retire, to leave something behind for my daughters so they don't have to struggle. And
oh, good. Yeah. What happens when you? What would happen if you did not reach your financial goals?
Heartbreaking. Almost devastating, because it's really a challenge for me. I really want to accomplish that.
Say more about that.
I want my daughters to not have to worry about where they live, that they don't have enough to provide for their kids when they have their children, that they have to worry about if they could afford babysitting or not. I just want them to appreciate and be grateful, and not just look at it as a monetary thing, but as something that they have for love for their family. To give them the things that they can live a life without having to worry about all these things, on how they're going to make the rent next month, or
Mhm.
I just want them to enjoy life and be peaceful.
What are your kids' names?
Denise, Deanna, Stephanie, and Serena.
Oh, say it again.
Denise,
Yeah,
Deanna,
Deanna,
Stephanie,
Stephanie,
and Serena.
and Serena. Good. And how do you feel when you imagine you reaching those financial goals?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction? And when you think of satisfaction, what's really important about that satisfaction to you?
To know that I accomplished the most important thing I set out to do in my life.
Oh, that's great. The most important thing. Oh, that's pretty good. And so, what's important to you in accomplishing the most important thing in your life to you?
Okay, you lost me on that one.
Well, think about it. There's something inside accomplishing something that's important to you. What's important in that accomplishing, in that accomplishment?
Oh, this is really hard.
Well, here's just sit with that for a minute and just think about what you want to do. What I know right now is that you have a
Thanks.
deep desire to accomplish. You have a deep desire to accomplish for your kids, so they don't have to worry, so they don't have to experience the heartbreak that you talked about. And you believe that that's going to happen by achieving your financial goals. And a wonderful part of that is your husband gets to retire. And part of that is being able to sit with people like we are right now and support them through it, like you're going through it right now, without getting into it. And at the same time, be able to be really comfortable and vulnerable. So that's what I understand that's important to you so far. So when you think about this whole thing, about this high level of accomplishment that you, what's inside that accomplishment that's so important to you?
To prove that I did become something.
That's great. So prove I became something. So what do you want?
When I got in this business, I saw myself as the mortgage consultant that realtors would be like knocking down on the door to say, please let me give you my loans. That the picture I have is, if more people worked the way I did, people wouldn't be losing their homes today. They would have a payment they could afford, and they wouldn't be upside down.
Good.
That's what I saw when I first came to this business.
Okay. So what you really want is?
I want everyone to have that peace and freedom, and not just get the house and then worry about, oh my God, how am I going to keep it?
Good. Good. Okay, so today is an important day for you. So today could mean that you could acquire some new skills that will allow you to help a lot of people have their dream come true, and affordable, and maybe even help enough people who would have wandered over to another mortgage person who didn't have the integrity that you speak of, and get themselves in some trouble. And that's a worthy goal. It's a worthwhile goal to think that you're in the business to protect people from people who don't have the client's best interest at heart. But bigger than that is, it's to know that you really do achieve, you do really do accomplish, and there's some drive behind that. And you want to do that for your kids, and you want to provide your kids probably what wasn't provided for you in some ways. And you want to make sure that your husband retires, and that you're able to support people. Because I imagine when you sit down with people, supporting them in their shift, in their reaching their dreams, but not getting into their drama with them is really important to you. And if you had more skill in that area, you'd be more comfortable doing this.
Yes.
Okay, good. And also, just you being more comfortable with being vulnerable. That's important to you. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, did you see the different series of questions that